Say it again. All right, happy full moon. Welcome, welcome everyone. Namaste, Akasha here. So we are having a beautiful and amazing December. Thank you for all the birthday wishes. I've had an amazing week and I'm back home now at the beach, and I've got this incredible bundle of herbs or smudge that we made. Let's see, this one DNA made during our ceremony for the eclipse and the new moon. And we're going to put that particular ceremony back on sale in the shop.danakasha.com if you want, because it's essentially beautiful dances and costumes. However, Christian teaches traditions, and then they actually teach you how to make these. And so it really is an amazing instructional video, and I've begun to start to make my own. So here we have copal in the center. This is a very powerful Mayan resin, and this is for clearing, cleansing, protecting from darkness, shadows, fear, low energies. Very, very powerful. This is actually a giant cinnamon stick. And cinnamon has a lot of really amazing powers. It's also extremely abundant. It's abundance energy. So we've got white sage, and I don't know what this is. This is probably chamomile, this flower. There's white roses and cedar inside of here, and a few other things, I think. So I'm just sharing this with you. So if you want to go ahead to be here now, say within your heart, I am ready. I am willing to be fully present here in this moment, connected to the full moon and to the sacredness of this divine moment. Breathe in this beautiful, I'm really smelling the cinnamon now. And as I smudge my body, I smudge yours. Left arm, palm, all the way up, and then across the heart, down the left arm again, and through all of the energy centers in the fingers. We have energy centers everywhere in our hands. We have a lot. Now I'm going to do the right arm. So if you have your eyes closed, it's perfectly fine. Sometimes it's easier to tune into your senses. The full moon energy is here with us today because we are in a moment of abundance. And that's why my birthday sale was all about abundance and prosperity. So I'm going over the head, around the forehead, and weaving down what I call your light antenna. So I do a lot of teaching on spiritual anatomy or your light body. And we're going through each of the energy centers or chakras. And the heart and the solar plexus are very stuck, walled up, full of fear. The sacral is full of shame and full of secrets and full of past and fear of sexual power and or addiction to it, and all of these energies right down to the root. Now I'm going to go down the center of the legs, under the feet. So we're going under the right foot, and we always want to cleanse that up the back of the legs. And let me tap this off. And up the spine in the back, across the shoulders and the neck, up to the crown, spiraling around the crown, up. And now again, down third eye and throat, and down through the heart, the solar, the sacral, the root. And now we're going to go down the outside of the left leg, under the left foot, and up the back this way on the left side. Beautiful. Now, I want you to cup your hands together as if you were here with me, but your hands together, instead of facing up like you would receive somebody pouring something into your hands, I want you to cup them facing down like this, okay? And I want you to now feel and sense all of these sacred herbs which were created in the sacred ceremony. So and they include the powerful energies of that eclipse, which was the end. It was a completion of a cycle. So if you're ready to have completion of old patterns and fears and struggle and all this, then this is an excellent time. So just feel like you're receiving them the same way you would if your hands were facing up. You receive, receive. Thank you, Sandra. Happy Saturday from Jamaica. All right. Hi, guys. All right. So now I want you to feel like you're filling up your hands, you know, the way that you would fill up facing up. And when you feel like you've been filled with this sacred smoke, bring it up and pour it across your forehead. And watch, use all your senses to see and feel it as it goes across your crown, it pours down your face and seeps into the brain, the pituitary, all of the glands in the beautiful brain that make up the inner eye. And down, feel it just pouring through you, cleansing, clearing, releasing. I give permission for the patterns that I am done with, that no longer are required for my soul's highest good. I give them permission to leave my body, my cells, all my systems, my aura, emotional and mental bodies. I give it permission to leave my finances and relationships and my family and my self-image. I am complete with lack, loss, shame, guilt, blame, victimhood, addiction, craving, loss. I am complete with disappointment, self-judgment. I wish to be free. I enter this sacred space with this open heart and this wish within it. This is a seed that I've nurtured for a long, long time. And I'm ready and willing to let this full moon, this beautiful, silver, sacred, feminine, divine, loving, infinite, unconditional healing energy, full access to my heart, and to bring the nurturing and love. I am an excellent receiver. I am a clear and open channel to my highest good and that which is optimal for me at this time. And I clear a connection to my higher self and my body elemental, to my I am presence and to Gaia. I'm open and receptive to receive this love and nurturing and this illumination, guidance and light. Good. Now, take a look around you. Welcome. Welcome to our full moon blessing ceremony here on freedom. This is about freedom. And if you hadn't noticed, the last, couple years, or depending on what your story is unfolding as right now, there's been a lot of trauma, drama, endings, changings, and it's okay. It's supposed to happen, right? It's supposed to happen. Oh, thank you. My goodness. Someone said my hands are so beautiful. That's a wonderful compliment. Thank you. Oh, well, use your visualization, P. Keeley. Okay. If you can't smell, that's just one sense and it's in your body, but your senses are, there is nothing, this is not real. So the sensors in our body perceive this because we've decided we're here in this moment and we're having this agreed upon experience. So since none of you are actually here, as far as I can see you in the 3D, but we are all connected because there is We're all one. It's literal down to a scientific level. I spent many decades learning all kinds of things to understand underneath it as much as I could the science or mechanics. Bad word. Everything is virtual. Everything is light. Everything is energy. So you call on the spirit or essence. If you really need holly, Bach flower essence, because you need an infusion of love and you need the emotional, these flower essences, the ones you take in your mouth, are amazing healers, and they work all with the emotional field. So if you don't have it in the moment, or you're waiting for it, or you can't find it, then you call on the holly essence. You talk to its intelligence, to itself. So these different beings that are releasing their essence, their power to us right now, are yours to connect to. So move past the limitations you perceive right now in your body, in your mind, in your life. This is really important because this is part of how we really own that we are the creators and the manifestors of our reality, because we are. So together, I was asked this morning to share with you this new stone that I have. Hi, Pamela. All right, let's see, where am I? I got to see what I'm doing. Here we go. So we went to Campeche, San Francisco de Campeche, which is a lovely little town about 3 hours away, for my birthday for 3-4 days. And there's a few amazing, there's a lot of shops, but there's 3 that I found super high quality crafts and true artisans, which is one of the reasons I love living here. This is my jaguar. There you see it right there, I think. And it's this obsidian, very powerful. I never really go anywhere, talk to anyone, do any of these classes or anything without some obsidian on me. It is one of the most powerful protectors. It clears and absorbs negative energy, heavy energy, trauma, bruises, all kinds of stuff. So this beautiful shop where we had bought some amazing Mayan necklaces, stone necklaces, carved necklaces before, we went to find him. And we walked in and I said, "We're back." And he's like, "Oh, I'm so happy." And we had a big hug. We've only met this guy once. And he said, "Well, most of my stuff is over at the fair. We're having a fair in the plaza." And I walked in and I saw 2 things. I saw this necklace, which I haven't unwrapped yet. And I went right to it and I'm like, well, I know this is going to be mine. And I picked it up and I said, "How much for this?" And he walked over and he said, "Give it to me." And he balled it up in his hand. It's all stone and it has a Mayan carved jade head on it. And he put it into my hand and he folded my fingers over it. And he said, "This is for you. This is your birthday present." This is a very smart man. Lovely, lovely man. So I'll slowly be sharing with you some of the things that I got. So during the process of digging through his goodies that he has, and also buying an Ishel, which is a moon goddess, a very important goddess. I talk about her every full moon. She's very important today. And I bought the first signature piece, I guess, for my garden. And it's about, I don't know, 3 feet tall, maybe. And it's on a big slab of stone. It's a carved Ishel maiden, and she's standing with a flower with the serpent on her head, showing that enlightenment, that knowing and understanding of being divine and physical, shedding the old, opening the inner eye. This was a very important symbol to many ancients. And so at one point I reached over and I saw this piece of stone. I think it's calcite. I find the color to be stunning. And I said, "Oh, how much for this?" And he picked it up, wrapped it in a bag, and he did the same thing. He handed it to me. He said, "That's another present for you." So it called to me today to find it. It wasn't unpacked yet, and we're cleansing it together. Now, what I usually do is put them in salt, put them in the sun in some water and salt. for a day or so. However, you can use your sacred bundles. So we ask that this stone would be welcomed and that we co-create power, healing, and whatever our purpose is together. Welcome to our beautiful home. Thank you so much for being here. We now release from you any energies. Whoa, that was hot. Any energies. I do that a lot, by the way. I'm a Sag, I'm a fire sign, so it's nothing. That do not serve my highest good are here for my purpose of light and love, freedom and abundance. We ask to create a clear and open connection so that I may understand, and anyone here who connects to this particular rock receives whatever message, guidance, and healing you have for us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome. So I'm going to put her, okay, I'm going to put her right here for a minute so you can sort of see her. You can't see a lot of my stuff. I have to create a higher one. Here's our other bundle that I haven't lit yet. Okay, wonderful. So welcome everybody. Happy full moon. We're here now together and we're going to dive into going deeper into this freedom idea. Hi, Nabila. Oh, it supports the sacral and solar plexus. Oh, thank you. Excuse me. Excuse me. Thank you. Nabila says that this supports the sacral and the solar plexus, which is very interesting, not among other things, but I've been doing a lot of work with people in the sacral. I have a special session called the Sacred Sacral Session, and I'm doing packages with clients where we call it the Sacred Chakra package and Abundance package, and we're working with the root, the sacral, the solar plexus, and the heart, and doing a soul reading. And it's so powerful because we tend to want to work up here, right? We want to open and awaken our higher senses. And of course we do. It's fun, right? And it's what helps us raise ourselves out of the fear, the negativity that is just so prevalent everywhere right now. It's almost ridiculous. And this is our practice to be masters, is to decide what our truth is and how we're going to live, how we're going to walk, how we're going to be in each moment. There's nothing more important. So to me, the entire world has changed. 2022 is going to be incredibly abundant, but the power of it is that it's going to make anything abundant that you are holding. So if you're still holding a lot of that shame and fear and all that sacral energy and secrets and self-doubt and abuse and torture and just on and on. I mean, the stuff that I hear that people have experienced is absolutely mind-boggling. So one of my, well, he's not really a contractor. He's a Canadian who has a podcast. A business here doing some things that I hired for the house. Came by to check on it, and we just were chatting, friendly. And suddenly he's telling me these personal things that are just absolutely shocking, horrific. They just rip your heart out, what he's experienced just since August. And I have the same thing. I have clients who are, do I get a divorce? I have to move. I don't think I have the resources. I'm afraid to leave this relationship. I'm yearning for a different relationship. And deep, painful things that have happened and are happening around that. We've been called so much this last year or two, just from COVID and related dramas, to really face our fears. And most of them live at those lower levels of the scale, down in our sacral where our secrets are. And this is why we put on a belly, and this is why we leak energy here, because we're afraid to own our position. Maybe you've experienced, like many, many people, sexual abuse in this life or some other life. I think almost everybody has had some experience with that. This is the center of creation. This is the center of feminine creation. This is where your sacred 8 original cells are that hold your blueprint. These are important things to understand, because since we came back from this trip, I have a small pain in my lower back across the right side. I used to live that way. All of my lower back was constantly in pain. There was a period of years and years where my feet were in pain and the skin was peeling off my hands. That was during my fashion design business. So the glamour outside, but the actual stress going on inside was coming out of my body, and was partially what made me say, what the hell, there must be something else going on other than just this physical idea of work hard and achieve and create and all that. So what we have now is an opportunity to say, okay. If it keeps coming up, I need to listen to it. If it's on my plate, it's what I most need to look at right now, not make a plan and find something to distract myself. And it's not easy. I've had some amazing clients this week, just in the last day. Most of yesterday, then the afternoon the electricity was doing other things. And then Monday, I'm going to be working with a lot of clients because everybody feels the intensity of this completion idea. Completion of fears for the last year and a half from the eclipse cycle, completion for maybe your whole life or many, many lives usually is what's going on. And this really deep fear and pain of not knowing who you are or judging yourself or being afraid to be who you are, but we're being called to be who we are. So that's just the reality of what we have going on. We're being called to be who we truly are, but we can't if our entire sacred center and our root are blocked and clogged and full of goo and fear and pain and old contracts and beliefs and karmic knots. And I talk energetically because I found, I know this story and that story, and I could look at your energy and usually within a very short amount of time really see, it's going to show me what's going on right now and what's optimal for me to see, to share with you. However, I can see the trauma, I can see where the fears still are. And so instead of guessing, when you get to go, you know what, I'm just ready. Give yourself permission to be ready. So the full moon is about abundance. It's about harvest. It's about, ooh, look, we grew this big thing. We get to enjoy it. And it's helping that completion. And we now have a very interesting energy that between tomorrow and almost the end of January, Venus is in retrograde. And what that essentially means, I read the energies. To me, what it means is Venus is about love. Venus is about what we value. Venus is about love, money, success, self-worth. And this means that those are the topics we're going to reflect on. They may not feel like they're moving forward. So take this full moon energy as it intersects tomorrow with this Venus slowing down. And you're going to go also, if you think about it, instead of rushing forward, love wants to sit with you, wants to surround you, wants to hold you. And to me, I think this is part of the birthing. We go into the womb, we go into the sacral, we go into the deepest parts of us that are full of fear or blocked off, and where our creativity is, where our true abundance is, where our infinite nature is. And we sit with this loving presence that's just saying, I adore you and I love you. Let go of your fears, cry into my arms. I was talking to this contractor, and he starts telling me all these deep things, and then he looks at me and he goes, that got really personal and I'm not sure. And he started to cry. I said, I'm not sure why, but I appreciate you. I feel really safe talking to you. And I smiled and I said, don't worry, that's normal. I'll talk to somebody who'll just, who will make an appointment to just talk about, hey, I'm thinking about working with you, but I don't really know you or something. And immediately some people will start crying. They'll tell me all their deeper inner secrets. That's how I'm designed and everything I've done. So the more I dump my crap, the clearer channel I am for me and for you. And I get to hold a space where you taste that, you step into it. And so I said, well, don't worry. I said, this very common. And my beloved soulmate teases me. He'll say, make him cry, honey. And he just looked at me like with big eyes. And then he just, and he held back this huge sob. And I said, let out the crying. So I want to tell you the same thing. This wants to be freed from your cells, freed from your lower back, freed from your womb, freed from your energy centers, freed from your mind, freed from your emotional field. We have so many levels to our complex light body that functions to hold our essence, our spirit, and then tries to communicate with the higher parts of us that know the plan and have the guidance. This functioning self is a free self. You're not worried about what other people think. If you decide that tomorrow that you need to leave a relationship, but you don't know where to go, follow that, because the way will open, but it won't open if you sit there and say, I need a plan, I need a plan, I need to see the money, I need to know it's safe, I need to know it's safe, I got to get my ducks in a row. It doesn't work that way, and it never has worked that way, but it looked like it worked that way because we spent so much effort pushing and forcing with our mind and with our body and with hard work and figuring it out. And this is the thing. In order to be free, you have to get in the flow. You need to be in your flow, not everyone else's flow. So if you let people that judge you or don't accept you or haven't forgiven you or haven't, said they're sorry, whatever it is, if they aren't lifting you up, separate from them as much as you can. Maybe this is somebody you see regularly at the office, or you live with, or you go see once a month because they're family. You've got to start to free yourself in mind, in emotion, and when you master that, you can be around them if you have to, but you also must make a choice. You can't please everybody else and be who you are. And believe me, I know, I'm the master of this nonsense. Pleasing everybody else to the point of, just complete physical trauma, losing my skin on my hands, and then just all this other stuff. So this is beautiful. Thank you, Nabila. So this is our beautiful sacral. Ooh, does feel nice. You might feel it on your sacral. I'm just stuck it right under my belly button there. Beautiful. Okay, that's going to come here. You're going to come a little closer to me. You're probably going to miss. You're going to lose the altar. That's okay. Okay, these things are backwards. So we've got Kuan Yin and Kuan Yin both, and Ishel here is our moon goddess. And this was also interesting what came. So this is labradorite. This is Merlin stone. It's very magical. You can even see that this looks like an eye. This will help you learn how to see through worlds and change energies. And that's what you're doing when you decide you want to complete a pattern. You no longer want to be afraid. You no longer want someone else's opinions to control what you do. You no longer want to feel afraid. Whatever it is, you can capture that energy and allow yourself to see through the dark and be freed from those things. So if it's in your mind, if you're attached to it in any way, it's holding you back. All right, so let's take a peek here at a couple things before we dive in. Oh, thank you, honey. Nabila said, you're such a blessing to all who come your way. Oh, thank you, Pumpkin. Hi from Tucson. Lucy. Hi, Debbie. I'm ready to heal this energy center. Jeepers, it's been something I need to move forward, yet feel paralyzed somehow. So strange. I'm ready to be finished with it. Excellent. It's so really wonderful. Ooh, hi, Carmen from Romania. And it's not citrine. It's I did ask him, but it's too dark for citrine, and he said it's calcite. So I did get a citrine necklace, though, so that'll be coming out. Really crazy. I live with 3 narcissistic complainers, and I'm a hopeful optimist. It kills me. Yeah, so you know what? You're going to have to relax into when you live with people, and it doesn't look right now like that option is opening for you to physically remove yourself. You've got to create space, and you've got to reclaim your energy, cleanse your energy, use all these kinds of tools, energy work, light weaving, whatever it is, constantly cleanse yourself, create space, cleanse your things, Free yourself from their energy. You don't need to get sucked into it. There's a pattern that gets sucked into it. So remember, whatever you are doing, you are seeing that, okay? You are connecting with that. And feeling paralyzed, that's very interesting because that is something that we have really had so much of. I had a client who I kept feeling this paralyzed energy from, and it came in and out of the reading different ways as we went through the reading, the soul reading. And it was very empowering because it was so right on, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally, or in feeling the hope and all of that. So, range. Okay, so let me just check and make sure everything's no message. Make sure the sound's okay and everything. All right, so welcome to the full moon meditation. We've already come down into it. We've been cleansed and cleared. It was so beautiful. And this is about the portal to unity. Unity is what 2022 is about. Two is one and one, unified. Both sides, duality, the power in us being able to be feminine and masculine energy, or physical and spiritual energy, or creative and action energy, intuitive and implementive. These are the twos are very, very important. And zero is everything. It is the all. It is the sacred circle. So next year is unity, unity, unity of everything. And I really believe this is going to be a powerful year. Like I said, it's going to be an abundant year. So whatever you're holding is going to be given a lot. You're going to get a lot of it. That's why right now, best time to say, I'm ready to clear it. I'm ready to let it go. There's my birthday picture at breakfast on my birthday. And I just like the energy of it and thinking about being in this beautiful body, in this beautiful place, loving myself more than ever before in my whole life. And I'm not young and I'm not an athlete and I don't have millions of dollars or any of the other things that I thought I needed to be successful and be good enough. And I'm just so happy. So being in the moment is where the power is, it's where the freedom is, and it's where the solutions are. Being in the moment is where the joy is, and being in the moment is the only time things are going to be exactly like this. And we've seen a lot of that. So right now we're going to tune into the full moon, and we're going to talk about and tune in and see what the full moon, other things about the full moon have to say. So I want you to allow the full moon power and the light to show you the way, instead of forcing the way. So now we have only 2 days until the solstice, 3 days till the solstice, 2 days until I do my solstice show. So I hope you'll join me. The solstice is a very powerful portal that is going to be that final tunnel through out of 2021 and everything before that into the new. So remember, breakdown is a breakthrough is a breakdown. Things have to change. They cannot stay the same. You cannot have more. You cannot be more free. You cannot find love. You cannot live truly as yourself if you stay attached in any way to the old stuff. And the idea that something is bad when it is tripping you up or causing problems or not working out the way you want is your perception, and you have control over your perception. You're the only one who can change your perception, even when you feel like everyone else may be influencing you with their negativity or their criticism or old patterns of being afraid of expressing yourself. There's a lot of that out there. We're letting it all go. Let's complete the fear of being criticized, ridiculed, outcast, beheaded, burned at the stake, loss of reputation, loss of finances, loss of safety, loss of acceptance. All of that is a trap. All of it is a prison, and we've lived inside of it. We've played the game. We're done. So your perception is yours, and you get to change how you perceive. Now, if you're holding a lot of heavy stuff in your solar plexus or your sacral or your mind or whatever you feel stuck, then this is the time to ask the full moon power and light to show you the way. You don't necessarily have to do anything. You have to give yourself permission, because you might not feel like you have the power, but that's the illusion, and we're leaving behind the illusion. So I want you to absorb what I'm saying. You don't have to watch. You can just be here, but start to be, I'm going to allow the full moon power and light to show my way. And one of the things I'm releasing is the idea that I don't have the power. I don't have the solutions. I don't have the money. I don't have the time. I don't have. That's an illusion of lack. I'm leaving it. I'm done with it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So now you make a choice. You can stay stuck and you can choose the trauma and the blame and blame yourself and blame everyone else and blame everything for the challenges you're having. Oh, it's COVID, it's those people, it's that people, it's this reason, it's my ex, it's my lover that doesn't love me anymore, it's that I don't have the right job. It's none of that. It's you, okay? Or you can decide right now that this is the best time to be alive. It is. I can tell you that you might yearn for a time when you worked all day and made lots of money and never had to see your kids or whatever, right? You might yearn for the past. It's not going back, and that is not a bad thing. We do not want the way that we've been thinking, feeling, treating ourselves, treating each other, treating the planet. This is not a planet of love, but it's supposed to be a planet of love. This is a planet of manipulation and torture and abuse and fear and control. And we keep perpetuating it if we don't free ourselves from the old ways of doing things and everyone else. You can't bring everybody with you, but if you rise up, despite the fact that you're living with people who aren't willing to look at their abundance blocks, or they aren't willing to understand that their mood and their attitude and their negativity is affecting everyone else and is affecting their body and is causing disease and sickness and everything from the planet to themselves to their mind, if they don't get it, it's okay. Let them have their path, because you are creating your life in each moment. They're creating their life in each moment. If you are a part of their life, the higher you get in your energy, the more power you feel. This moment there's flow. In this moment, there is solutions. In this moment, I can feel. And then you maybe sit with the pain and the fear. And you say, I thought that if I accepted this, it would go away in a second. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. It is what it is. Be in the moment. Accept, accept, accept. Ask the full moon, ask this beautiful Ishel to come down and Ishel is the goddess of the rainbow and the moon and of fertility, which is abundance and the ability to create in our sacral, and abundance and women, sacred feminine, and new life and cycles of life. So my new stone in my garden is Ishel as a maiden. And the ones you've probably seen on my altar is the older wise woman version. And then, of course, there's the mother period that she's represented in all of these cycles, because we are eternal creators. So call on those energies, or call on the rabbit, the abundant rabbit in the moon. Call on the sacred silver feminine ray of creation. You're creating each moment. You're creating your life. And the feedback or the response to your thoughts and your feelings is going to be stronger than ever. So now, over the next few days and over into the new year, realize you're walking through a portal into the year of unity. What do you want to bring with you? What do you want to unify with? What do you want to carry with? What do you want to co-create with? Certain energies, certain people, certain attitudes, certain fears. If you don't want them, give them permission to go. And trust that your guides and your higher self and everything within you that knows you're the creator of reality, they know what you're really meant here to do. Hand over your power to the inner self and start to practice your intuition. Open your senses, listen deeper, don't react, don't make immediate decisions. Stay with the feeling long enough for it to come up and you to see where it's coming from. Is it an attachment to what he, she, they think? Is it an attachment to needing something to feel better about yourself? Is it an attachment to how you want the money, or when you want the money, or what you believe about yourself and money? Okay? As the creator of your reality, you will see and feel more problems than you're generating it. There's something within you that is programmed to focus on problems, to believe in problems. Problems are generators or doorways to solutions. That's the power that we hold. Ooh, here's a problem. I guess I'm being guided to find a new solution, to open new ways of thinking, find new people. When I have, we don't have a car, and it's very common here to hire drivers or Uber people type of things to get around. There's a lot of tourists and a lot of people, so it's very affordable. So when I say I have a driver, it isn't like I have a chauffeur or anything. All right, that's part of the lifestyle here, and I like it. And Chris can't drive anymore, and I don't want to drive here in a foreign country. So when I contact my favorite driver and he's not available, I think through my options. And when all the doors close occasionally, I know I'm not being screwed. I either need to rethink, is this moment to go somewhere optimal? Is it still optimal for my highest good? If I feel it is, then I realize, oh, I'm being guided to find another new solution to have. I moved to this very small town an hour outside of the city. There's no Uber. And the first time I asked somebody, do you know a taxi driver in town? They sent me a moto taxista, which is basically like a motorcycle with a couple chairs on it, right? And loud, noisy, very slow, took 25 minutes to go, an 8-minute trip. It was ridiculous. So I kept asking, anybody know someone with a real car with doors and windows and air conditioning? And people would literally laugh at me. There was ha, ha, ha in the comments, like, ah, yeah, right. And I gave up for a while. And one day, the need came back. The problem came back. I did need to go, and I needed to find a new solution. So I said, well, I obviously have to keep looking. And I asked somebody else, and they found someone who's now one of our top drivers. So there are infinite solutions. You are an infinite self. There's infinite light, but we have been programmed to focus on the lack, focus on the fear, worry that we're not good enough, worry it's not going to happen right, try to control the outcome, even though we are not consciously the ones who have the highest perspective, right? So any of these things. Now, what does it mean if this is the way it works? Does it mean you need to feel bad because you have COVID, or that your sister died, or that you lost all your money, or that you're in a divorce, or whatever, or you have a disease of the body? No, this isn't about guilt and shame, okay? This is about accepting I'm the creator. Now, when you accept you're the creator, you're going to want to go back at it with the masculine perspective that we've all been imbued and conditioned in, which is go make it happen. All right? That's not how you don't take that pattern and apply it to this. All right? You go, okay, I came here with a blueprint. I didn't come here thrown to the wolves with no resources and no idea what was going to happen, and end up alone, betrayed, and whatever else. Okay, that is not. Now, you came here to live a journey. This is not a planet of ease and grace. Okay, there can be moments of magic and ease and happiness. It's a choice that you make over and over in every moment, despite what is happening around you. Accept it, harmonize with it, free yourself and your emotional field, and you will transcend and begin to live in compassion. However, when you give your power over to the fears, to the past, to the parents, to the patterns, to the pain, you actually generate more. Now, this is a common thing. When people learn this or hear it again, they go into disappointment, blame, self-judgment, and they feel bad. Oh, fine, I'm creating it. I'm a big loser. I don't know what to do. Clearly, I'm not. Okay, that's not truth. That's not you. That's not your soul. That's not what this is about. What you're going to do now is more than ever, you must manage your own energy. So you want to be able to hear the guidance that is leading you to the solution that's sitting right there, and a million other ones. And yet, if you're, oh, this happened, I can't believe it happened, and you get caught up in that inner whirlpool of darkness, You're looking within, you're crouching down, you're restricting your energy. There's not any part of you open, looking up, looking out, receiving, antennas open, looking for, okay, what does this mean? This is what I say. That was interesting. I wonder what this is going to mean. So the guidance is there. The path is illuminated for you. The moon is here. So if you feel stuck, then it's time to choose freedom. Freedom does mean change. Freedom does mean things ending and things beginning. It does mean that if you start a new job, it's not forever, but it's for now. Okay? So to play in the light and be free, you got to let go of being attached. I hope this happens. I want it to happen. Why doesn't it happen? I'm so unfulfilled. I never get what I want. That's craving, that's addiction, that's desire that's out of control and is feeling the disappointment, okay? The enslavement. You do not want to be a slave anymore to attachments. In order to be free, you detach from everyone else's opinions. You detach from all the opinions of yourself, all the blame, and all the patterns that went with how you react to things, what you think, and how you make your choices. And I can tell you that if you are going, oh, I want to do that, but I can't afford it, I'm not saying you don't have the money. I have been through a lot of poverty, and it's a crazy place to be. But why? Why did I make a lot of money and then lose it, and make a lot of money and then lose it, and make a lot of money and then something else happened? Well, because I was not getting the message, maybe. I don't know. But all I know is I have a lot of experience now, and I had to shift out of some of the deepest, darkest times in my life around that topic by shifting from within, by choosing that there has to be a solution. I know that there is. I can be free. I can get into the light again. I can get my bank balance above zero again. Oh, that was just horrible. My divorce and my bankruptcy, I was years of digging out of this hole that never seemed to fill up enough to even be zero. So what was that? Well, it's that old saying we hear from the Hopis and other indigenous people. You're the one you've been waiting for. I'm the one I've been waiting for. Oh, why? Because I'm the one in my head deciding what to think, what to listen to, what to believe, what to give my power to, what to perceive. I'm the one choosing how long to stay in a relationship or in a room, whether to watch a TV show or go meditate or go for a walk or listen to some soft music. Sometimes, if your family or your partner or whoever you're with wants to watch constant TV shows or watch the news or watch something that's not good for you, then get out. They have that right, and so do you. Go somewhere else. Listen to something else. That is not being together anyway. So this is the beauty of what we have going on right now. I want to invite you to a couple of things in March. We are going to do our first Mayan retreat in a couple of years live here in the Yucatan. So we're going to be at my beach home. We're going to go to temples. We're going to have sacred ceremonies. The people who've been doing my ceremonies, 4 to 6 of them, are going to come do an amazing shamanic ceremony here. You're going to be able to interact with them. We're going to have cacao ceremonies, and we're going to essentially use these different experiences, these sacred ceremonies, pampering and love and cacao and all these wonderful things to recalibrate our chakras, our energy centers, the ones that intersect with the body, because it's a different world. So by March, we will have gone through this portal. We will have been into the year, and we're going to use these sacred places to have initiations and activations and cleansings and clearings, and of course, lots of great food and love. Now, in January, I'm doing a class called the Chakra Upgrade 2022. It's going to be 8 weekly journeys together live that are recorded for you to use anytime. And it is definitely going to be a soul cleanse, healing journeys. It's going to be going into each of these energy centers and upgrading it to the new energies of unity. So I highly recommend you come to one or both of those so that you can go through the next year more aware, more attuned to your senses, more guided, more in love, and knowing everywhere along the way you are supported. This is a fun show theme that I want to do in January, and I'm just in the process of contacting people. So if you know somebody, an astrologer or somebody who channels or an energy worker or an indigenous wise person, if there's someone out there that you find incredibly valid, beautiful, aligned energy that would share what they feel the energies of 2022 are about, I would love it. So if you could send a message to support@nanakasha.com, I would so appreciate it, because I want to broaden who I talk to and find some more interesting people to come on the show. Let's see, what else have we got here? Not much. I wasn't able to put my other energy, my new pictures up about my beautiful Ishel. So I will. Okay, that's for the retreat. Everything is in the shop, which is shop.nanakasha.com. And we're going to go ahead and relax. Okay, thanks, honey bunny. All right, let's see if I can share with you here. So I have one wall outside by my pool after 5 months or more of renovation that still looks like this. Behind it, it's just concrete, and I'm going to be painting it. So I'm channeling some sacred ideas. You can see the palm trees reflected in there. Isn't that funny? There we go. So this is the stone that I got with Ishel. She came home strapped in the front seat. Hopefully you can see this. Isn't she beautiful? I feel incredibly blessed. And people here name their houses, and we've gone through many names. Nothing is stuck, but Ishel, I keep thinking of naming my house after her. And now this came home sort of as our signature garden piece, so maybe. All right. Now, let me take a peek at you guys, see what you're saying. Great, I'm ready to change my perception of myself. I feel sometimes I have no concept of love anymore, Debbie says. It feels blocked, and I feel a big tightness in my heart area this morning, feeling unsure which way to go. Nabila says, every problem has within it a solution, like the acorn has within it a fully grown oak tree. Yeah, exactly. This is where, okay, you accept the pain in your chest. I've been through so many ridiculous physical traumas this fall that dug deep to bring up fears. And I was having what I would say heart attacks for almost 2 weeks. And there were 2 nights I was certain I was going to die in November. And I was breathing and doing my energy work and taking my rescue remedy and breathing and doing my energy work and taking my homeopathic chamomile. And I had to be so present and choose what's going on here. So what is it? Thank you for coming up. Who are you? What do you have to say to me? Write it or just be with it. Ask it to talk to you during your dream time. Ask your higher self and your body elemental, that intelligence that exists to coordinate your entire body, to show you how to accept and release the pain in the chest, the fear in the womb, the guilt, the whatever it is that's holding you back, okay? And then this is an acceptance. You may not get any message, so don't be yearning for it. I didn't get a message yet. Oh no, I have to figure it out. You don't have to figure it out. You don't have to figure it out. You don't have to figure it out. You have to allow it to transform. And then the wisdom is going to go into you, and you may see it, you may feel it, you may remember your past life or whatever it is that was part of causing this, and you may not, and that's okay. So a lot of times we hold on to things that are ready to be done because we're sitting there going, well, I don't know what it is yet, and I didn't do my little, rip it up and flush it down the toilet thing or whatever. Sometimes you do those things, sometimes you don't need to. If you're always in the moment, thank you, I love you, I accept. Thank you, I love you, I accept. Or your Ho'oponopono, I love Ho'oponopono. Thank you, I love you, forgive me, I'm sorry. And you're saying it to yourself because you're aware of your lack, or you're having the heart problems, or you just heard something horrific that's happening to people on the other side of the planet. If you know about it, you're a part of the energy, so you start to clear and cleanse it. Thank you, I love you. And forgive me is simply acknowledging to yourself that you haven't remembered who you are. You haven't treated yourself with the love, respect, and support that you give others. You haven't accepted that you are so incredibly supported, and that these problems or pains are talking to you from your eternal self that knows exactly what you need. Okay? When we give ourselves permission to be our true selves, no matter who we are, where we are also able to let others freely be who they are without our essences being exchanged. Exactly, Nabila. So I'm not saying that it's easy in general to free yourself when you're living with someone, and I still see many people letting their partner or their living situation or the people that they're in close contact with control their perception of what they're worthy of, what they deserve, what they can spend, what they can do, different things like this. So this is about freedom, and it's freedom from other people. And will they like it? Maybe not, probably not, but you got to do your thing. So you don't have to go tell them, you need to do this, and I'm going to do that, and you're the problem for all my this, and your lack of abundant thinking is affecting me and dragging me down. Don't try to change them, please. All right? Go within. Be in the moment. Listen. Lucy said, thank you, Debbie, for the happy birthday. My mind has been very active. Has it been full moon energy? What can I do to calm it down? Well, like Pamela said, slow, deep breathing. Heart breath is the most important breath. It's also called box breathing or 4x4 breathing. You breathe in slow through your nose, very slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4. Release it out of your mouth slowly. 2, 3, 4. Pause. 2, 3, 4. Draw in, and you do that over and over. You do it slow and measured so that the in and the out are the same, and this harmonizes the heart and the brain. Okay? It brings you into a stillness and peace, and it will immediately calm the heart rate, and then that will begin to drift into all the glands that are releasing the hormones. Now, when you do your chakra work, every single energy center you have is intersecting with certain glands and hormones and functions. Very congested all of a sudden. And so when you do your chakra work, when you do your light weaving, when you do your cleansing, clearing, activating, when you take care of cleansing your light body, your energy body, the way you do your physical body or your clothes, now you're going to constantly know that in the moment, you're going to be able to come back to that centered peace. You're going to have a clearer relationship with yourself. You're going to know the feeling when you are meant to relax and what it is to replace it. The other thing is that when you, this is for Lucy, this is for everybody, when you have an active mind or a racing heart, when you have a fear that you can't get out of your head, or a worry or a thought, or how am I going to do, what am I going to do, you want to go underneath it. Because the story is what keeps you distracted. It's like TV. It's hypnotic. Blah, 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 blah. Breathing. You can come back into the body, calm all the energy centers, all the way down into Gaia. And then I surround myself with Gaia's energy. And I enter an acceptance chamber. That's a place with the energy of acceptance. All that does is bring you into a state of power. It's freedom. You transcend. You're not saying it's okay, all right? But you don't have to hand your power over to other people, to their energies, their fears, their opinions. You don't have to hand your power over to your fears, your heart feelings, the heavy feelings, or to the mind racing. You step back out of the story. Interesting. You watch the mental body. You watch the brain. You watch how it's affecting you. Calm, space, breath. You start to separate from the reaction. Doesn't mean that what you're thinking about is necessarily bad. It's just gone into a loop. It's preventing you from backing out and seeing all the solutions around you. Okay? So full moon energy, any kind of big celestial event has a very profound effect on my sleep. Full moon energy for sure. It's awake, it's alive, it's active. It's like, whoa, yes, let's go, let's make it happen. Sometimes all night long. And the eclipse, new moons, not as much, but any of these things that happen, very powerful, and you feel them. So the more you awaken your senses, the more you might feel them. Again, we don't have to give our power over to them, but again, if I accept and just say, hey, I accept, I accept what, that I'm thinking, or accept that I have this pain in my heart. Now that I've accepted it, I can soften and free myself from, or forgive myself from having this pain and not being perfect or whatever it is. And then you can relax into, tell me what's going on. What is the story? And you be in the energy of it. Oh, I can feel this. Reminds me of when I was 5. Oh, I can feel this. This is really bringing this to me. I'm getting this sense that it's because I'm blocking my vision. I keep getting sinus infections or ear infections. I didn't want to hear the criticism and the just a lot of things in the world when I was a kid. So I had constant ear infections, and I do now as well for a few years now. And they're much better and they're healing. And as they come up, I'm just like, okay, hi, how are you? Because I know as a homeopathic doctor, deep-seated things that have been pushed down, sometimes come up and out and up and out and up and out. But right now we have that boost of energy allowing and helping us to complete patterns. And then you don't get attached to, that means as soon as the first of the year comes, I will be complete with this pattern and never have it again. And then you feel it and then you go, oh man, I knew it wouldn't work. All that negativity, whether it's someone else or it's within you, that's got to go. That's the stuff we're done with. Hi, Sylvia. Oh, thank you. How do I clear and release negative energies and patterns from my physical body and chakras? Thank you. Love, blessings in snowy Montana. Thank you, sweetie. Absolutely. So I'm going to have a little bit of that answer there. I'm just going to check with everybody else. Ooh, 111. I love it. Don't worry, Susan. Don't apologize. You're being gifted with an upgrade. And it's an opportunity to separate from the fear and all the crazy stories that are flowing around about what COVID is and what it means if you have it, and know that your body is going to get a natural immunity, and know that you have something here, right? It's a crown awakening being essence. So all right, we looked at paralyzing and giving ourselves permission. That's a really big deal, actually. Busy minds. I feel sometimes I have no concept of love anymore. That's right, I was going to comment on that there, Debbie. Throat chakra clearing and healing. Okay, so I'm just going to make a couple notes. Whenever I do that, it takes root. Concept of love. I love that. All right, so you can go ahead and get comfy wherever you are. And Sylvia releasing. Physical and chakras. Yeah, when you do chakra work, it has a very profound effect on your physicality. So, again, and the chakra class in the shop.manakasha.com, is in January live. You don't have to come live. It will be bundled up, and you'll have all the chakra activations and cleanses, and you'll have all the information about the new upgraded energies, the colors, and whatever the chakras are, how they're going to be functioning. It's going to be very different. And that will have a huge impact on your body, your mind, and your emotions, especially in that particular area of your body. So if you're having, hip problems or back problems, and you work with the sacral or something, right? You're going to be working with all the things inside that physically, as well as the mental, emotional, and financial patterns, and the other levels of patterns as well. Okay. Recently, my Lemurian crystal came out of a box. So we have all of our other things here. Thank you, Kuan Yin and Buddha and Ishel and amethyst, turquoise, quartz, labradorite, obsidian, citrine, and our herbs and our calcite, our Lemurian seed crystal, and Kuan Yin. Here with that. This is a communicator crystal. It has these ridges here. When you hold it and you rub it, you begin to have a higher frequency of receptivity to your senses. All right, so this Lemurian seed crystal is sprinkling us with blessed element of light, liquid light. So as if it's sprinkling within us and stirring up in center all around you and on top of you and stirring it in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Relax, my dear, and enter this space that is for you and you alone. There is nothing that you do not have. This light is blue and silver, and it vibrates with the protection and the beauty of the angels. Archangel Michael is glowing blue and is here within this sacred temple of the moon. Be bathed in the blue light. Breathe it in. Let it move through the brain and down the spine, through the root and out the feet. Close your eyes, beloved, to all that no longer serves you, is you, guides you, wants you. We bring you blessings from Lemuria, from the ancient wisdom of the glowing gold light. We left these seeds for you as guidance, as communication. You may tune, play, heal, vibrate, transform, shape shift, anything when you align again with these frequencies. Like a piano with 1,000 keys. Archangel Michael has spread enormous wings, holding us in this sacred space. all around us, the strength, the power, the protection, the clarity, and the blue ray. In the center, within his hands, this glowing seed crystal, glowing brighter and brighter. It surrounds you, encases you, and connects to you. I am the walkway, the path across the waters from the moon. I am the beauty. I am the power. I have within me the solutions and the ability to focus. I have what you need, and you are here with me, together, always. Together, this moment, we have within us the combined power of the beauty, the combined power of the focus, the combined power of the access. Are you ready to be free? Are you ready to hold your own power in your hands? Are you ready to allow yourself to receive, to create, and to receive what you create, to grow and expand, and to shed what has held you in a small container? The limits are illusions. The illusions crumble. We raise the frequency. We play these keys just for you. Open your heart and receive. Your heart knows just what to receive from this message. Full illumination of illusions coming into your heart, whatever way you are designed to receive them now. I am that I am, E.A. Escher, E.A. I am that I am, E.A. Escher, E.A. I am that I am. I am that I am. I am. I accept that which is illuminated for me now and in each moment. I receive and release all that is ready for completion, known and unknown, in this or any life, in this or any time, in this and any place or space that I have given my power to. Now there is a sacred elixir that's been blended just for you. And you feel yourself opening and it's pouring into you. It is powerful medicine, medicine of light from your innermost heart and soul. More powerful than plant medicine, poison, pain. More powerful than lack of water or food. More powerful. I am more powerful. I am more powerful than I have ever seen or felt. I accept my power and I complete the past. I release into the moment. I free myself. I enter my own seed of crystalline light and my crystalline structure. I accept the reminder and download of who I truly am and what is possible for me once I move through the solstice and become unified with my true self. Now is a moment for full disclosure and exchange. Whatever light, guidance, beings that are optimal for your highest good, now move in infinite motion, unraveling, unwinding, rewiring, releasing, transforming, and shape-shifting. You are free. Give yourself permission and watch, sense, and feel as it is. Unhooked, cleansed, and recalibrated. Now allow your central channel, that very core pillar of light, from infinity above, through the center of you, through each of your chakras, through the body, mind, through the aura, emotions, through every part of you, and out through Gaia and into infinity. I accept that I have been freed of my old patterns. I give them permission to complete, and I accept my transmutation into this new light. I accept this communication. I accept and keep a clear and open channel to this Lemurian seed, to my own seed, to my own blueprint, and to my new skills, lifestyle. I accept that I am designed for this moment. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Relax as you receive this and feel the full moon. Feel her shining very brightly. I'm now going to light the other herb incense bundle from our new moon eclipse ceremony. First, there's cedar. And it is burning with great fire, flame, speed. Now the white sage is coming for cleansing and clearing. More cedar, lemongrass, cinnamon, copal. I accept these elementals, these healing, wise beings, these elements of Gaia and her love. And I release the past, I release the pain, I release the lack. I am the creator of my reality. I accept the abundance, the solutions are here. I free myself from old beliefs of who I am, and I come fully into this moment, walking in the light, always in the light, always in the light, always in the light. Fantastic. Hi, Julie. So please take your time to come back from this. This one really, wow, it's burning so well. I'm going to leave it here and take a look and see. I welcome numbness in the hands lately, something in the shoulders, not supported. Well, hands is a lot about receiving, a lot about give and take, and shoulders is support, burdens, and carrying too much. You're carrying too much. You got to let it go out of the hands and the shoulders. Debbie, yes, it's leaving, but it needs more. There's some connection right at the top of the spine that's still holding there. Sometimes I find my offering my willingness is easier than giving permission. Thank you, Julie. Yes, Julie's been with me for a long time. She's a dear, wonderful, wonderful being. And yes, that's the other thing that I like is if you feel like you don't deserve, if that triggers something, permission, or that you aren't the one, you aren't the authority, that you give yourself permission. Sometimes it won't have that power for you, but willingness does. So when you look at the scale, and you can get that in shop.anakasha.com for free, you will see that willingness is right before the power of acceptance, the really full emergence into that. So when we say I'm ready and willing, we're telling ourselves I'm ready and willing. So start being ready and willing. And you're telling the cells, and you're telling the mind, and you're telling the thoughts, and you're telling the fears, and you're telling the chakras, and you're telling all of you, listen, I am the creator of this reality, and I'm saying that I'm willing. I don't know how, but I'm willing. That state of willingness is incredibly powerful. As I'm listening, I notice my throat really getting scratchy and sore. Well, that's good, Julie, given the willingness is 2 levels above courage on the scale. We're in the light, no need to set yourself on fire. Thank you. Well, sometimes I have to. I read once that Sagittarians cause explosions and fires, and I laughed myself silly because over the years, I get a lot of burns. I don't think I've set an explosion, but I did burn like eggs were boiling and totally forgot, burned them all the way down to blackness and smoke everywhere, and other versions of that fun. So, all right, my loves, namaste. Thank you. This was very different, very unusual. I really enjoyed it. I felt the transformation happening. And so if you have a seed crystal, or you could just tune into Lemurian seed crystals, but I was playing the ridges on the side and their vibration, their communicators. So you may be receiving that in your own way. Continue, repeat this, and I will see you Monday for the amazing solstice. Tuesday is actually solstice. However, I will be on a pyramid. That's a requirement for me at all big holidays, is to be on the top of a pyramid somewhere here in my beautiful Maya land. So Monday, we're going to get together here live, and we will do a solstice thing. Already the energies will be there, and then you'll be able to have it for a few days as well. Thank you, everybody. I'm glad you got a lot of insights. You're so welcome. Thank you all. Take care. Namaste.